Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second time I've had to record this, so let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an older story, but it's still newsworthy and it still needs to be discussed and talked about. Blizzard ended up shutting down a personal, private server known as Nostalrius, which is kind of a play on nostalgia, because it was a vanilla-based World of Warcraft server. You might be saying to yourself, what's the big deal? Or this might not even pertain to you if you're a single player, and hey, that's fine. But as anyone knows, older games that are online, you know, from previous generations and consoles, previous generations of PC developed games, knows that the servers can go down at any time. The ironic thing is that Blizzard actually does keep up some very old servers from Diablo to Diablo 2. It's interesting because those are 100% free online games. You don't have to pay a subscription to go online and play them. And older games still exist too, obviously not under Blizzard's control, but like RuneScape, where you can play online, and, you know, Second Life and things like that. And these things still exist because they produce income of some kind for the industry or people involved in maintaining those servers. So I wanted to talk about their response and what they were saying, and I want to kind of dissect what they were saying here. My news story comes from Shack News. Please support them if you're going to go look this up and check it out, but that's my citation. So they said that we've explored options for developing classic servers, and none of them could be executed without great difficulty. I want you to focus on that term. We're going to come back to that here shortly. He stated this in a forum post. Yes, of course, forums. We can't have an actual professional press release. Yeah, I really don't like that about companies like this posting stuff on forums. It gets tucked away, and only the people who interact with the game see it instead of the greater world, and that's not good. They said if we could push a button and all of this would be created, we would. However, there are tremendous operational challenges and in integrating classic servers, not to mention the ongoing support of multiple live versions for every aspect of World of Warcraft. So while I do kind of agree with that, again, we'll come back to that. They obviously care deeply about the game, and we look forward to conversations with them in the coming weeks. Nostalrius. I have a problem pronouncing that, and I'm sorry. But I want to come back to a few things that they stated. This is Blizzard, the same individuals who have billions of dollars from World of Warcraft over the years. Yeah, World of Warcraft has kind of taped off and is falling quite a bit. I mean, it's not like it was when it was at its peak, obviously. There are people who leave it and come back to it all the time. But he did say something very, very interesting. He said that that the company itself couldn't do it without great difficulty. This is the biggest phrase that I need to emphasize. Look, they didn't say they couldn't do it. They said they couldn't do it without great difficulty. Now, what that translates to me is that they are unsure if the cost would be worth the money that they would receive. I believe the vanilla server that they ended up shutting down had over like 700,000 people there. Now, let's just take into account a $15 membership. I don't know if World of Warcraft, you can play it for free or not. I don't know how that would work on a vanilla server. Let's just say everyone had to pay $15. So 700,000 times 15 a month. Would that translate to being worth developing a vanilla server that can't be exploited, that has to consistently be moderated, that has to consistently be checked for cheats and have a cheat engine on it to be prevented for exploitation? Would that be worth it? And to them, what they're saying is that it would be difficult to weigh that option, and they are unsure if they want to take that risk or not. That is what without great difficulty means. It's not like they couldn't easily task someone with doing that. There are other servers for older games that have come out that have happened, and again, the server they shut down had it going, and it was just fine. It had quite a few subscribers to it. So the question remains, would it be worth the money for them? And that's all there is to it. If you could push a button and it would be created, we would. No, you don't necessarily push a button, but you're telling me you made a game, and now that you have several DLC packs, you can't just go back and let the game be played in vanilla? It's kind of like if you looked at Destiny, and you bought Destiny, and you didn't have any of the DLCs, and they said, oh, we can't let you just play the vanilla version of Destiny. If there was a button we could press and just let you do that, then we would. Destiny can be played without any of the DLCs. Is it good? Not really. Is it fun? Not really, again, because you're going to want to play with your friends. But if you wanted to get that game and just play through the single player experience, have a little bit of PvP, the classic playlists that are open to you, then yeah, you could do that. You could do that. That wouldn't even be a problem to you. But, you know, I find it ironic that this is impossible. This is coming from the same company that still maintains Diablo and Diablo 2 servers. I'm not entirely sure if Diablo servers are still up. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm positive that Diablo 2 servers are still up. And that's a game that they make very little to no money off of. Because, once again, it's a free online experience. It's not World of Warcraft. You don't pay to play each month. So I find it ironic. But I do want to interject that Diablo 1, 2, and 3 have been free for online play. Great games, wonderful games, I strongly suggest you get them. But at the same time, you have to realize that some people think that it's just all about the money. And while it may be a good chunk of it be about the money, I don't see that as it is. I see them saying that this might be a huge time sink, profit loss, and things like that, and that might cause issues. And I know that sounds like, oh, well, what you're saying is it's all about the money, but it's also all about maintenance. It's all about maintaining a reputation, controlling your game, having an experience people want to play. Once your game grows out of control, once you can't use it anymore, that you just have to abandon it. It's trash. Look, seriously, if you guys want a good example of this, get on Call of Duty 4 for 360 or World at War for 360. Try and get on there. Dude, you'd be lucky if you get into a lobby that isn't filled with hacks and spams. Like, you'll see J tags all over the place. It's out of control, dude. They don't care about that game anymore because it doesn't make money. So it doesn't matter to them. They've abandoned it. And good luck finding a fun and legit game that you can play straight up. Just play. So I just wanted to discuss this and talk about it. They haven't said anything about reopening the Nostalrius servers. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, so we'll have to go ahead and hold our breath on that one and hope that they do something for the classic vanilla players out there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a World of Warcraft player, please let me know in the comment section below. And I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. I want to know your opinion on what is going on here, what's happening, and as always, good gaming, and God bless.